Okay, friends, before we start our word problem today, I have a very important question for you. How many of you like pizza? Raise your hand if you love pizza. I see so many hands. I love pizza too. Now here's another question. How many of you would love to have pizza for lunch? I see lots of hands. I would like that too. That's making me hungry for lunch already. I have a story to tell you, boys and girls, about some students who had pizza for lunch. I want you to listen to my story really carefully and get a picture in your head of this story while I tell it. Imagine some boys and girls sitting down in their school cafeteria for lunch. Imagine St. Anthony's cafeteria. You're sitting down getting ready for lunch. 15 students at a table have pizza for lunch. Those lucky 15 students. Okay. 7 students at that same table brought their own lunch from home. Okay. Boys and girls, in this story, how many students have pizza for lunch? Do you remember? Raise your hand if you remember. 15. And how many students brought their lunch from home? 7. Good. I can see all those boys and girls sitting at the cafeteria, 15 of them eating delicious pizza and 7 of them eating lunch from home. Nice job. Now let's look at our word problem on paper. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to read the problem. And as I read, I want you to close your eyes and again, get that same picture in your head that we just got of what's happening in the problem. Here we go. Close your eyes, friends. I want you to get this picture really clear in your head while I read. 15 students ordered pizza for lunch. 7 students brought their lunch from home. How many fewer students brought their lunch from home than ordered lunch? Open your eyes, friends. Who can raise their hand and tell us what they saw in their head while I read? And here you'd be hoping to hear kiddos say, I saw students eating lunch, eating pizza for lunch, and I saw students eating lunch from home. And then you can remind kiddos here of the specific numbers. So remember, friends, we have 15, and you might want to write the numbers here. We have 15 students who had pizza, and we had 7 students who brought their lunch, and you can mark up the problem here as students share what they visualized in their head. Then you could ask, okay, friends, now let's pay really close attention to what the question is asking. I'm going to reread it. Here we go. How many fewer students brought their lunch from home than ordered lunch? That is a tricky question. To help us figure it out, now that we've read, we have that clear picture in our mind, let's go ahead and draw. So eventually, Amy, you'll want kids to be drawing on their own at this point, but right now you can continue to do what you've been doing, which is model kind of the drawing process for them. And so I'm going to show you using the strategy you used today, what that might look like. Very similar to what you did. I'm just going to add in a layer of a tape diagram so you can see the visual of comparing, which is going to be important in this problem for kiddos. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and start drawing to help us figure this problem out. The first thing I want to draw is 15 students who ordered pizza. I'm just going to draw a triangle for pizza, and I'm going to draw, how many triangles should I draw? Raise your hand if you know. 15. Let's draw them in 5 groups like this. You can draw with me. 1 student, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1 5 group, 5 students eating pizza. Let's do our next one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 students, but I'm not done yet. I have to get to 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take about 10 seconds, boys and girls, so that you're drawing your 15 students eating pizza looks like mine. And I'm going to label it These are my students eating pizza, and there's 15 of them. And I give a few seconds here for them to finish, just really quick. And then I would show them how to connect this concrete drawing to a tape. All right, boys and girls, here's another way to show those 15 students who ate pizza. We're gonna use a tape diagram. I want you to make your tape diagram right next to your drawing, just like me, okay? We're gonna label this first tape with pizza and show the number of students who ate pizza. Remind me how many students ate pizza again. We have it right here. 15. Okay, then I would repeat that same process, but now draw concretely for the 7 students who brought their lunch from home. And you use circles, so we just do a 5 group. Label it home, there was 7, and then again, put that on the tape. And so now you did a great job of asking kiddos, do you think we should add and subtract? You went back to fewer, which is great. It's fine to point that out. Fewer means less, right? So less students brought lunch than had pizza. Let's use our, and I'd say something like, let's use our picture now, boys and girls, to figure out, we need to figure out how many fewer students brought lunch from home than had pizza. And then you did a great job. Let's use our numbers. And what should we do? We need to subtract. So 15 minus 7 equals 8. And I love, love, love how you showed Sebastian's strategy there. It's always a great idea to call in a friend to explain their strategy. That was such an awesome thing you did. Okay, friends, our last step is to write our answer in a sentence. Let's go back to our question, which you did. This was really great, to think about how we should start our word sentence. Our question asks how many fewer students brought their lunch from home than ordered their lunch. There's a lot of words in that question, friends, so I'm going to start us off with a sentence frame. We're going to write blank, and I'm just going to go back to my question. Fewer students and I'm going to go back to my question again, brought their lunch from home. Go ahead and write with me. And I pause for a second here and then ask, how many fewer students brought their lunch from home? It's great to get in the habit then when you call in a student, box the answer, right? Their answer always goes in a box. Yeah, 8 fewer students brought their lunch from home. And that's it. This, I think, I shared with you last week as a template to use. This just washes right off, so you can use it day over day. Or if you want to keep using your notebook, that's totally fine too. Just a tip, it's hard to see the pencil sometimes on your dot can, so I would just write and do your work in the notebook in marker so that all kiddos can see it.